that came in. Look at those waves coming in off of Lake Erie thanks to more of that northerly wind direction. So you can even see some surfers there out in the water taking full advantage of conditions like this, because this is the time of year that, especially when you get some of those stronger cold fronts rolling through, you kick up that wind and it can create those choppier conditions out on the lake, which the surfers love to take advantage of. You'll notice that wind, this is sustained coming in out of the north-northwest, about 10 to 15 miles per hour on average, though we have seen some gusts tip the scale closer to about 20, potentially even 25 miles per hour. So it is a little bit of a cooler wind. We're drawing in some of that colder air. So downtown right now only at 47, Hopkins 46. There you can see that sustained northeasterly breeze. And again, it is going to create a little bit of a, yes, wind chill factor. We have not mentioned that too much so far this season, but you can see that, yes, even though those temperatures are registering around that mid 40-degree range, in a lot of spots, you step outside and it feels more reminiscent of the upper 30s to about lower 40s. So you'll definitely want a little bit of an extra layer or two if you're going to be spending any time outside, because this is really not going to change as we head through the rest of this afternoon. Clouds are going to be slow to clear out. That's going to help hold that temperature just a little bit cooler, but we are seeing some bigger changes working back in. And for us, that means more rain that we're going to be tracking in our forecast by Thursday. So tomorrow's a drier day, but things do start to break down. We'll talk more about what you can expect for your Thursday forecast coming up. It is. It's a lot closer to average for where we typically are during this part of the month of November. So yes, it definitely is a little bit more of a shock to our system because we haven't really experienced air this cold since, well, you have to go back to April of earlier this year, but we are starting to enter into a more active stretch. And with that means more ups and downs in your temperatures, better opportunities for us to see some rain, and with all of that does come some wind. And in fact, this next system we're tracking comes in on Thursday, so it doesn't take a long time for us to see these next pieces really starting to come together. Certainly, when you look at the country at a wider view, there's not a whole lot of activity going on, especially just to our west. But what's going to happen is we're going to actually source a couple of different systems. One that's down towards the Gulf of Mexico, that's going to help stream in some of the moisture, and then you see a lot of this snow from Salt Lake City up the Intermountain West. That's eventually going to circulate through, and these two systems are going to tag team and eventually give us that next best chance for rain, and with it also our cold front. Now what you'll notice, this purple color right here, this indicates where you have temperatures that are below 32 degrees. That's mainly an issue for areas out to the northeast. Are we going to get cooler on the backside of this system? Yes, but not quite that chilly. Really, as this cold front starts to lift to the north, we will eventually cool down on the backside, but it's more so the drier air aspect of it all that's going to be one of the bigger impacts that we'll especially notice by the time we get into Friday. Now, because this is a cold front, it is going to kick up those winds for us on Thursday, so do expect it to be a blustery day. If you have any of those outside decorations, maybe some potted plants that are still out there that don't have a lot of weight to them, you'll want to make sure that you bring them in for the evening, just because it's going to get a little gusty out there, especially when you're talking winds that could gust at times 30, possibly even 40 miles per hour. Now, in terms of the rain tomorrow, we don't really have a whole lot of issues. Yes, you see some of the cloud cover building in through the day, but the rain in and of itself holds off until after midnight tomorrow night and really brings us our next best chance for rain by the time we get into Thursday. So expect the morning commute Thursday to be a bit more of a soggier one. It's going to be a wind-blown rain, not the most comfortable, especially for kids at the bus stop. But the more we get through the day, the more that drier air starts to eat away at that widespread rain chance, and activity then becomes a bit more scattered as we go through the afternoon, which will eventually then give us a little bit of a break. But temperatures, they're going to be cooler. You'll notice your daytime high on Thursday, only 49 degrees. We do rebound to about the lower 50s Friday into Saturday, with temperatures almost near 60 degrees on Sunday. But this active track does look to continue come late Saturday night or Sunday night into early Monday. And so that's going to keep this temperature a little bit closer to where we should be for this time of the year. As for today, we'll walk you through what you can expect headed into this afternoon, coming up in the next half hour.